Hello YouTube, this is Zandy N.O. and I come to do a video for you all today. I said that I will keep you all updated throughout my pregnancy, and that is what I planned on doing. Um, as you can see, excuse my appearance, I am in my night clothes. My hair does not look the best, um, but I am in the hospital. And the reason why I'm in the hospital is because I am a diabetic, and they took me off all my meds, excuse me, that I was on before, and they changed me out to complete just insulin for this pregnancy. So they put me in the hospital to regulate my insulin because it wasn't doing well, me just doing it at home. So they put me in the hospital. I'm sorry. They put me in the hospital to be able to regulate my diabetes. I've been here 3 days. For the first 3 days, going on my fourth day, my my diabetes was not cooperating. I stayed under 250, but I always stayed above 200. Their goal was to get me under 200, and I come to the conclusion that the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that I had been having, I would have like grits, or I would have a biscuit, or for lunch I would have a burger. And even though everything is proportioned, the carbs wasn't agreeing with me. So I needed to cut out the carbs. I'm drinking a tremendous amount of water. For lunch, for dinner, I treat myself. I'll have a Diet Dr. Pepper, but that's the only time that I have any kind of soda. For the most part, I just drink a lot of water, because water tends to help me out with controlling my diabetes. Um, I have been a diabetic since I was about 23, 24 years old. I was diagnosed with PCOS at about the age of 15. Um, I was insulin resistant by 18. By 23, I was a full-blown diabetic. So that brings me to now and why I'm in the hospital. Also, I don't know if anyone else ever had this situation. I'm quite sure they have. I am not the only negative blood type person in this world. So I have A negative blood, which makes me Rh factor. And and they were keeping me in the hospital. I mean, not keeping me in the hospital, I'm sorry. Came to a hospital visit on the 5th to just have a regular checkup, an ultrasound, and, my regular OB appointment. At the ultrasound, we found out two things. One baby did survive. I was actually pregnant with twins, but one gestational sac didn't develop well, which means the other baby didn't finish developing. So now there's just one. It's a little disheartening to have a baby, then pretty much lose a baby. But I didn't know the baby was there, because when I had my very first ultrasound, we didn't see that sac. But when I had this ultrasound, we did. It's disheartening, but I'm still blessed to have the baby that I have. But with that being said, me being Rh factor causes a problem or runs a risk with this baby, because my body has developed the antibodies around my blood cells from my first pregnancy. And even though I did have the RhoGAM shot at the end of my first pregnancy, what I'm being told is because my body has already built up the antibodies against pretty much this baby. If this baby blood isn't negative, or if it's positive and the baby blood crosses over the placenta into my bloodstream in any sort, it can my body would automatically not recognize that baby or that baby's blood cells, and can cause my body to fight the baby off as if I'm sorry, as if it doesn't belong there, which will cause a number of problems. Right now I'm only 7 weeks. So if it were to happen now, it will cause me to lose the baby. If it were to happen after, I think, 13 weeks, there are several things that we can do. One is give an intrauterine blood transfusion. We'll have a bunch of tests done. I think after my 12 weeks to see if by some chance has already affected or tried to affect this baby. I'm a prayer. I believe in God. So I feel that everything is going to be okay. I have to believe that. But I am not going to tell you I'm not concerned. I'm not going to tell you initially that I wasn't worried to the point. I have researched myself to death. And at this point, I've come to the conclusion and understand that there's nothing I can do to fix it at this moment. But I have read a couple of stories where there were some women in my exact same situation, and they were fine. The babies were fine. The pregnancy went perfectly fine. And they had positive blood babies. So, with that being said, we're just going to wait and we're going to see what's going to happen in this situation. My IVF doctor, tried to pretty much assure me that nothing's going to happen. It shouldn't happen with this pregnancy, not for that reason. So I'm hoping that's the case. I really do. I'm praying that that's the case, that this baby survived because of its will to be here and that God wants it to be here. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm still in a hospital. My numbers have been running pretty good today. I haven't been over 140 all day. Praise Jesus. So hopefully with the numbers going down today, I will be able to go home at least tomorrow to be with my family. I understand that I'm here for a reason, and I'm not upset for that. It's just being in the hospital so long, and nothing's really wrong with you. It's boring. It's time consuming. It's mentally draining. So it's you just be ready to go. I'm just ready to go home to be with my husband and my daughter. But other than that, I understand that I'm, like I said, here for a reason. So, and this needs to be addressed and it needs to be taken care of. Like I said, I have noticed that carbs are not my friend. Not with being on insulin. With me just being on straight insulin, I literally have to eliminate the carbs to a very bare minimum. To a very, very bare minimum. This is TMI. So if you don't want to listen to this part of the video, you can cut off at this point. But I have major, major constipation to the point my back is on fire. And they're giving me everything. They're giving me Miralax. They're giving me Colace. But I'm not really using the bathroom. So when I get home, I think I'm just going to take me a good old laxative and go from there. So anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on what was going on so far. I have another doctor's appointment next week. I also have another ultrasound next week. So once we have that ultrasound and I have my other doctor's appointment with my maternal fetal medicine doctor, I'll come back on and make another video and give you all another update. Until then, God bless, and y'all have a good day.